When it comes to configuring screen printing as a decoration process in DecoNetwork, it all starts with the general settings. Screen printing always has a minimum, so make sure you set your minimum, and then the most amount of colors you're going to let the customer use in their artwork. And this also includes the white underbase. So if I say it's 5, really what I'm saying is it's 4 plus an underbase. Once we've set that, we then need to come into price tables, and we need to start building a price table. Now, screen printing can ignore the amount of colors in the design, or it can count colors. It's so rare that we would ignore the amount of colors in the design, so we're going to use this standard pricing. And from here, we can give this a name. Screen printing, we'll call it Zach's table. And the first thing we need to do is set the underbase. How do we want to treat it? Is it an additional color? So if the customer uploads a red print on a black shirt, are we looking at it as a 1 or a 2 color? Well, really it's a 2 color, but how is that underbase coming into play? Are we going to say it's a 2 color print, or are we going to keep it a 1 color? If we keep it as a 1 color, we're going to change it to an extra charge, and I set the extra charge down here. So I can either say, okay, red print on a black shirt, well, that's a 2 color, and it'll just be a 2 color based on the quantity. Or, hey, it is a 1 color, but then we have that underbase fee that we control. Now, what can be confusing is we set the minimum to 24, but over here it says 1. Do know that the customer must order 24. So I can make this next price break 48. The customer must order 24, even though this says 1 to 47. Put in your quantity breaks here, click save, and you've created your price matrix for screen printing. If you're a contract decorator, maybe you want to make a second table for just contract screen printing. You can make multiple tables and then assign them to particular customers as long as you're on the premium or enterprise plan of DecoNetwork. Once you've configured the general settings in the price tables, it is important that you establish a color palette. Screen printing, unless you're doing process printing, which most of us aren't, it's still a spot color process 9 times out of 10, each color in the design needs its own bucket of ink, meaning we want to use the ink that we actually have on the shelf. I can import a CSV for my palette, or I can add an existing palette. So I could take the stock ink colors here. And after I've done this, I'll come in, I can delete the colors I don't have, or I can rename them. 60% black. I've never known anybody call it 60%. This is charcoal. Do know that the RGB value here actually creates that color swatch. It's very easy to create your own custom palette for screen printing and embroidery, which is extremely important for these analog decoration processes. After you've established your screen print price table, you want to come into artwork fee and make sure this aligns how you act in your shop. An artwork fee can be kind of confusing. Look at it as if this box is checked to automatically create artwork job, it is going to force the artwork to go through the artwork approval phase through the order management system Business Hub. Now, most shops do not charge a fee to prep the artwork until they see the artwork itself and the size of the order. Essentially, if it's a small order and it's bad artwork, we're going to charge a fee. But if they're placing a massive order and they have artwork that needs a little bit of fixing, we're typically not going to, charge them that fee. So typically we wait to look at the artwork size of the order to assess a fee or not, but we want this automatically on typically so that the artwork always goes to the artwork staff before being pushed into production. Once we have established our general settings, price table, and artwork fee, we want to come into decoration pricing and map the price table that we have created. So I can come in here, select the price table I want to use, and I can even establish a screen setup fee if I want. So if you charge screen fees, know that you don't put them here in artwork fees. Screen fees are put here in the decoration pricing area. If you are a contract screen printer, maybe you have multiple price tables. do know that you can create multiple price tables here, maybe one for retail, one for contract. And then down here in decoration pricing, we're not only mapping the price table we want to use, we're mapping it per price level. So for level 1 retail, maybe I just want my normal screen print table. But for level 2 contract, I want to use my contract price level table here. And I can even charge a different screen setup fee. So maybe for my retail clients, I don't want a screen fee. Well, I'd make that 0. But then my contract clients, I do. Well, I'd come back in and set it here. It's really that simple to establish the screen print process, general setting rules, price tables, color palette, and then setting those price tables assigned to each price level so that the pricing automatically calculates based on who's logged into the website or what website they are on. It'll automatically calculate the correct screen print price.